Hey guys, Frankomatic here with Cess
Hey!
for the long-awaited, by I assume someone, return of Goin Broke.
Yay!
For those of you who might remember the months and months and months ago last episode, this is a thing where I do an arcade game, and Cess here gives me a quarter limit so I don't just credit feed my way through it. Now before, there used to be some, confusing garbage about loans and whatnot, and nah. Get rid of that. I'm streamlining the rules a bit. Still get a credit limit, but for the sake of being a completionist, I will finish the games that we do. But if I fail the credit limit challenge, I will let Cess come up with a punishment game for me to do at least one video of at some point in the future.
Ah ha 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 ha.
So, because it's been a while, I figured I would restart myself with something I'm actually a little familiar with.
You get 1/4.
I can't do it on 1/4, you gotta give me more than that.
Alright, joke answer over.
This is Night Striker. If you've seen some of my streams, I have played through the Sega CD version a number of times. And the main difference between them is going to be that the English in this version is considerably worse, and it's also much faster. Much, much faster. And as a second challenge to myself, every stage finishes with a split to 2 possible other stages. I'm going to let Cess pick the path we take.
Yay.
The Sega CD version allows a max of 3 continues, but also runs at like half this speed, so it's a bit easier.
Okay, you get 3 continues normally, so that would be 7 quarters, but I'm gonna only give you 6. 6 quarters.
It's 1/4 per play.
Yeah, 6 quarters. You get 6 chances.
Okay. Then let's get going. Before I actually start, though, here is...
Mysterious city attacking. Terrorism group.
I think you'll enjoy this, even though this isn't really your kind of game. It's pretty good. They abducted Doctor and his daughter.
Oh no.
Depending on the path you take us through, we may or may not rescue one of them.
Oh.
As there are 5 or 6 distinct endings to this game. Anyways, the first stage is always the same. We have a flying car that can also drive.
Alright.
Good luck.
This game also has really good music. Yeah, this is basically Space Harrier, if Space Harrier was a car instead of a dude. The stages are all pretty short, and there's a boss timer. If we don't kill the boss before that timer runs out, it will either escape or blow up, but we won't get a bonus for it. The first boss is a total joke.
Oh.
Alright. So you have to pick quick, by the way.
Go left.
To the factory or the canal?
Oh.
Quick.
Canal,
quick,
canal.
We have 1 life. When we run out of shields, we get 1 last hit, and then we're dead. You get 1 shield for stage clearing. Well. That was kind of embarrassing. I can usually get through this without crashing at all. This boss is basically straight up a Space Harrier boss. Except a robot instead of a dragon. He might escape from me because he's kind of tricky. You gotta hit the head segment, that's the only part that does damage. And the easiest time to do that is when it's shooting at you. Got him.
Oh, nice. Right, what are my options? Sky.
Sky, okay. Also, the locales only matter a little bit. The game is pretty balanced to have a similar difficulty curve no matter what direction you end up taking. Like, a lot of the locales will repeat, but the further you are in, the harder it'll be.
There's some pretty A-OK music.
Yeah, we may or may not hear my favorite track in this run, depending on the way we go. I am not doing great. This boss is good, though. There's a final boss version of these guys. That's a real fun fight, but I don't think we can get to that path at this point.
C.
This will probably be where I start dying. This is about the point where I start having trouble. Especially since these agents are nasty and tend to be full of these seeking missiles. Ah. I'm only semi-competent at juking the missiles. Also, we've seen this boss already, but there's a twist. There's two of them.
Oh no.
Three of them. I forgot there's a third one. I don't even notice, but the boss music is different in every stage too, which is kind of neat.
Factory.
I will definitely die here. The factory stages are one of the ones I'm, like, the worst at. And this is the second hardest version of it, because there's a final stage version of the factory. These ones are all about obstacles.
Oh.
And occasionally guns. And some of them move.
Oh.
Whoop!
Warning. Targets approaching.
And the boss of the factory stages are just guns. Ah. You can get a few more shots in while you're dying. That's number 2.
Yep, number 2.
Just drove right into that shot. I don't know what I was doing. Alright, final stage time.
Alright. Temple.
Ah, crud. So, the final stage has transformations that happen. Every stage, something happens to you. This one is one of the coolest, but it also makes the stage a real nightmare.
Right side has caught fire. Drop the outer trim.
And now we're a motorcycle.
Oh.
We can no longer fly, but we can jump. The game also compensates a bit by giving you some pretty serious auto-aim. As long as you're in the general vicinity of an enemy with your shot, you'll hit it.
Wow, the screen is a mess.
Yeah, this stage is real hard. It's one of the ones it's one of the final stages I'm just the worst at.
I've chosen wisely.
Curious to see if I'll make it through in 3. Or not. It's still a possibility that I'll do it in 3. If I can get to the boss without dying, I bet you I can do it in 3. But this stage is also surprisingly long! Okay. Let's see if I can do it in 2. I bet not, though. The boss is, Gundams. They ain't too bad. Did it in 2.
Man.
Told you I couldn't do it in 1, but I'm getting better. And now for the ending.
Fins.
This is actually a lot of people's favorite ending, so... Also some English. He player.
Oh. Well, it was damaged anyway. Whatever.
Farewell to my machine.
We didn't save either of them, did we?
Nope.
Oops.
there is an ending that implies that all 5 or 6 paths happen simultaneously, with a different unit of the strikers dealing with it.
Okay.
So, if you accept that implication is true, they have been rescued, just not by us.
Okay.
I think it's the one where you rescue the daughter also states all other operations has succeeded as well.
Ah.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite endings. I also like the other one where your car gets damaged, and that is the reason that you transform.
Special thanks to many other people.
You're welcome, Taito. I'm just gonna assume I'm one of the many other people. So because I died...
They were so generous to you.
Want to do another run? I'll give you a twofer on the same 6. Counting me at 2 already.
Okay.
Hey, hey. Top score. Not by much.
Scene F.
Okay, even though I have to put another quarter in, let's just pretend it looped. Or do you want to call this quarter number 3?
This is quarter number 3. Forget you.
Okay. Okay, you want to play it like that? Fine.
Yeah, I do.
Don't need to see this again. Okay, number 3 is 6. I'm double or nothing myself. I don't know what a double Batsu game would be if I fail at this point, but... we'll figure that out if we have to. This exists in a weird state where running at full speed makes it a little harder in some ways, but also a little easier than the Sega CD version in some ways. I think it's easier because your car controls a little less jittery when it's running at full speed. Also, it doesn't auto-center nearly as much as the Sega CD version does.
Factory.
And the factory immediately, okay. This is good, because this will show, you can see immediately the difference between early factory and late factory. The main difference being there's, like, room to maneuver in. Also some actual enemies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's more enemies. Far less obstacles.
Warning. Targets approaching.
The boss is fought in a slightly more annoying arena, because there's actually pillars that get in the way. But there's only one of it, so it kind of balances out. Alright, we are going to hear my favorite track. So I went to S last time, so if you want to try for a different ending, don't go there.
Okay.
Tunnel stages are cool. They're kind of hard. It's also where Burning Road from the Burning Road Avenger video came from.
So the tunnel is just like a worse factory.
Yep. Ah. Ah. It always gets me. Holy crap. Please don't do that. The boss of the tunnel stages is interesting. It's just a swarm of these robot dog things that try and kill you. Like that. Doing a real poor job here. There we go.
Sky.
Alright. If I recall, this stage has a pretty unique boss. Yeah. This is the only stage this particular boss shows up in. It doesn't have a repeat anywhere. Ah, these missiles. This stage is one of the cases where the stage itself is significantly harder than the boss. So we got this thing. And it brings down turrets. And you just gotta shoot the turrets.
Wow, this boss is so lame.
Yeah, if you... Ah, no. If you get the right level, you can usually get them before it takes a shot. I can't believe it got me.
Temple!
It is, in fact, the same boss that we fought in the motorcycle.
Alright.
destroyed. Warning. Targets approaching.
In fact, I'm pretty sure these guys are basically unchanged in the motorcycle fight. Aside from the fact that they're a little easier to hit, because your shots have a way larger auto-aim radius on them.
Out of control.
Number 5. And there was only one left, too. Man. What are the last 2 stages here?
Streets.
Ah, good. I was hoping you'd pick that one. It's my other... It's actually my favorite boss fight.
You're welcome, I guess.
It's not the easiest boss fight, but it's really cool. Also, we can't dodge that.
Is destroyed by fire. Escape and good luck.
Now, we got our jetpack. We're now just a dude with a gun, essentially. We're still going up against, like, cars and helicopters, though.
What a badass. Oof.
So many missiles. Holy crap. Stop that. Might end up pulling into the wire, but I think I can still do this in 6. Alright, so it's these guys, which is a way cooler fight when it's like you versus other dudes, in my opinion. Also, this music kind of makes it. You might notice the boss timer on this is it's going extremely slowly.
Yeah.
There's a reason. So I can get rid of these guys. Because now we fight the real final boss. It's us and the second in command of the terrorist organization, one-on-one.
How do you know it's second in command?
It said so.
No.
Well, it said the adjutant, but the ending will explain a little bit more. Ah.
Ah.
Whew. I love that fight. He tends to time me out, so I actually lucked out a little bit better.
Abelhub.
After Mortal Kombat.
No body knows it now.
It will not take so many hours to totally destroy the organization.
Well, that's nice. A fast destruction. No need to draw it out.
So, 5 out of 6 to get 2 wins.
Man, we still didn't rescue anybody.
The rightmost 2 paths are the ones that rescue people.
No.
The far right is the one that rescues the daughter, and the one next to it is the one that rescues the scientist. Although the scientist basically rescues himself, it's kind of amazing. Yeah, the other ones, the leftmost path, you take out their weapons factory.
Okay.
There was this one.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is you fight the chief of the terrorist organization in his
Okay.
helicopter. There was the motorcycle ending.
Mm-hmm.
And there was the doctor and the daughter.
Okay.
The ending where you fight the chief reveals that he was a disgraced politician
Oh.
who apparently went nuts and decided he wanted to destroy the city, but no one will ever know what his real motives were because he's now dead.
Ah.
Because you killed him.
Ah.
Score 5 this time. Well, doubled or nothing it, and I've only got 1 quarter left, and I cannot win on 1 quarter, so
Guess that's it.
I'm gonna say I win.
What do I have to do since you won?
Nothing. You're just here to punish me when I fail.
Haha! The best.
I gotta
job.
dig out my 1983 quarter picture again to do all that post-editing on these things. Anyways, this is Night Striker. If you want to see more Night Striker, check out Unplayed a Thing on his channel. He did every ending, and also a special set of levels that are only in the Sega Saturn port of the game. And I recommend it, because it's a good game. If you ever see it somewhere and get a chance to play it, you should try it out. It's pretty fun to play, too.
But make sure you have at least 3 quarters.
Or 2. The
Or-
first time.
Or 2.
2 or 3. Unless you're really bad at this kind of game, then you might want some extras. Anyways, until next time, later guys.